just plug this in, otherwise, because I'm pretty low battery. Let me. Yay! Here we go. The wonders of technology when it works. How's it going, folks? This is kind of an attempt just see how Facebook Live works just through YouTube itself. Let me ask for comments. Live chat. So I've got the live chat set up. So I don't know if anybody's going to be available. This is literally just a last minute thing. If all above else, this will just end up being a vlog thing that people can watch once it's no longer live. I just thought to do this because, well, I've got nothing better to do with my time. I've got nothing better to do. I'm at work tomorrow. Yes, Sunday I'm at work. But it's my last few days at work, and then I'm breaking off for Christmas. So this is likely going to be the only opportunity I have to do anything remotely live. This is a lot later than I usually ever go live. Usually when I do go live, it's around about 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. Excuse me. Please forgive me if I start coughing and all sorts, because at the moment I am battling with a bit of a chesty cough. All the good stuff at the moment. Oh shit. But yeah, I hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's good. Merry Christmas to everybody. Because like I said, this is probably going to be the one and only time that at the moment, before I break off and before everything returns to normal, for me to do anything remotely live. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, I'm doing good in myself. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling okay, considering I have had this past week or so, I've had a very annoying chesty cough. Very, very annoying chesty cough. It has been incredibly annoying. And I've had a bit of a runny nose and sneezing and all the good stuff. But it's normal for this time of year for me. I always do have something that lingers for a little bit around about this time of year. But I wanted to go live because I wanted to share with you guys something really quite cool and interesting. Now, I've just booked very spontaneously earlier this afternoon to go see a band. I am so excited for this, and it's a little bit of a ways way to go. It's in July of 2026. We are literally in December, so it's a fair couple months away, but it'll come around pretty quickly, no doubt. But yeah, I've booked to go see a band. So I've actually going to a concert. This is really cool because I'm going to be a solo traveller as well, because I did invite my good friend Sam Jose Firestorm, see if he actually would like to have come with me. I didn't hear anything back. So I just thought, sod it. Why the hell should I go without? And why should I not experience something because nobody else wants to go with me? Because in the past, I always extend an invitation to somebody that I know will probably enjoy it, or if I know there's somebody else that I know that are also into that as well, I always extend an invitation to somebody. That's just how I am. That's just how I've been brought up. I always extend a hand and I extend an invitation to somebody if they would like to come along. But of course, I don't know anybody else that are into this. I don't know anybody else, friend-wise or locally, that would be interested in going to see them. So what I did is I just impromptu. This all came about because I was on Facebook. Um, I was on Facebook, as you do, scrolling, and I come across this specific band that I'm going to see, their official Facebook page, and they announced a UK and Europe tour. So yeah, as you do, I'm very careful around Facebook apps, Facebook links, because you should never really trust links on Facebook because it can potentially be a scam. But what I did is I did my due diligence, which is always something you should always keep in mind whenever you're booking something or looking into something. Um, but yeah, I used my due diligence, and I went to Ticketmaster, which is the main website a lot of people go to. It's a completely legitimate website, and I went to them, and I noticed this specific band was indeed advertised through them, and they had 4 dates in the UK as part of their tour of the UK and Europe. And the dates included Belfast, Manchester, London, and Birmingham. And I originally was going to go to see this specific band in Manchester, but the problem is with that one is Manchester is on a Thursday, which is Thursday isn't a problem per se, but the problem what that presents is I have to then use a holiday day in order to take it off just to go to a gig. And I don't really want to be messing around people at work just for one day's holiday. And I don't really want to use up my holidays for just like a singular thing, if I can help it. Because next year, obviously next year in the new year, 2026, there is a couple things that are potentially in the pipeline. That there's a couple things potentially in the pipeline that I would like to go to. Obviously, there's TF Nation in August, or end of July, beginning of August. And then obviously me and my good friend Smithy and our mutual friend Matty were thinking of going abroad again to Spain possibly. So there is a couple things in the pipeline for 2026 that I have to be careful when it comes to holiday allocation. So I don't really want to be kind of like taking this day off and this day off, and eventually I'm not going to have enough days left to cover the main things I want to do next year. So but yeah, so I saw this band had 4 dates in the UK in 2026, and I went for the Birmingham one. I originally was going to go for the Manchester date, but I ended up going for the Birmingham one because Birmingham works out perfectly. It's on a Friday, and if people pay attention or know, watch my vlogs and watch my videos, will know I don't. At my place, I only have to work 4-day weeks, and I have 3-day weekends. So I'm off on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it works out perfectly going to Birmingham on the Friday. It then I can then come home and I go back to work on the Monday of the following week, and it works out beautifully. So yeah, the band in question that I've alluded to talk about or mention is Breaking Benjamin. I have been a big fan of Breaking Benjamin ever since I first heard them. I've been following them probably since like the mid 2000s when I first discovered their music videos on YouTube and stuff. Because obviously YouTube was a big thing for music and discovering different bands back in the early days of YouTube and stuff. And so yeah, I discovered, and obviously I used to watch a lot of music TV as well, like Kerrang and Scuzz and channels like that used to play their type of music. So, but yeah, so I got introduced to them through probably either a music TV channel or YouTube, whatever it was. But anyway, so I got introduced to them, and I just ever since I was like in my maybe my mid to late teens, I've been a big fan of their music. I absolutely love the music and some really great songs that they've produced. Some of their songs are some of my favorites, and I always revisit some of their songs and their albums. So yeah, I just thought, why not? It was impromptu. It was a completely impromptu thing. I noticed that the availability for the tickets was quite low, and I was just like, life is too short. I am going to start putting myself first for once. I know this sounds like a very big-headed, egotistical thing to say, and I apologize for that. But I have been let down in the past when I've tried to book or tried to plan something or to look forward to something, only for me to extend an invitation to a friend and then let me down, and I end up not going or not going through with it because I don't want to go on my own. End of the day, my mindset has changed a lot now, and life is too short. Life is too short to be like, life is too short to like miss out on potential possibilities, for things to look forward to, things to go to, and things to do. And I mean, there is potentially in 2026 as well. I would love to do Download Festival. I am trying to reach out to some people that I know that have been to Download, and I'm trying to see if there is potentially some people I know that are going to Download Festival. But end of the day, it's looking like it could be potentially, if I decided to do Download Festival as well next year, I will probably be a solo tripper. And I've never been to a music festival on my own before. So that is going to be a very interesting experience if that does actually come to fruition. Yeah, and also I want to do the camping side. I don't want to do a hotel because it's going to be a bit of a. I don't know the area very well where Download is based. I know it's Donington, Donington Raceway, but I don't know the area around there very, very well, and I don't know how close the hotels are. I'm assuming it's going to be a good couple miles. The traffic around there when the festival's happening is going to be absolutely ridiculous. So I'm not going to be able to really use a taxi. That is going to be like, no way in hell am I going to be able to get a taxi because the traffic's going to be so bad. And it's just going to be too expensive, like using taxis back and forth from the festival, back forth, It's just not gonna work out well. I'm just gonna end up, bleeding money. I'm not getting very much for my money in the end. So the only way that I potentially could get my money's worth is and save on taxi fares back and forth to a hotel is camping. So I am really considering on. Let me just sort this phone out. So I really want to. I am considering camping as an option. Either go for 5 days or 3 days, because obviously that's how it works with Download Festival. You either go for the full 5-day experience, so you arrive 2 days before the bands start, and then you've got the main 3-day stay as well for the actual when the bands are playing. But in order to get my money's worth, and me traveling all the way down to Donington, it makes sense for me to do the whole 5 days because it's just better, and it's a good idea because it gives you a chance to get familiar of where you need to be, where you need to go, It gives you enough time to pitch your tent and stuff. It's going to be very interesting. I know Download Festival does cater for solo travelers. Apparently, there is options. Apparently, there's there is a certain camping area or camping location um, at Download Festival that caters or is more for the solo traveler. So I'm going to have to do some research into it before I consider booking anything. But I am potentially really looking forward to. I really want to do it because the lineup for Download Festival 2026 is bloody brilliant. There's Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, Guns N' Roses, Feeder, Bad Omens, Architects. There is just so many great bands a part of the lineup. The headliners and all the other bands. It is a great lineup of bands, and I really want to go. I really want to go mainly for Linkin Park. I know there's been a lot of hearsay and a lot of controversy around Linkin Park. A lot of fans have been split 50-50 a little bit because of Emily Armstrong joining the band and a couple of the guitarist and I believe the drummer. Yeah, the drummer and the guitarist have been replaced with new members. But a lot of people don't really like the new music compared to when Linkin Park was with Chester, which I can completely understand and agree with where people are coming from because I'm a big fan of Linkin Park and Chester Bennington. But I really, really want to check out Linkin Park at least once, even though it's a different singer. But I really want to. They are like one of my. They are like my favorite bands. They are one of my favorite bands ever. Their music means so much to me. It got me through a very dark spot when I was in my teens, when I first discovered them. And the first three albums, Meteora, Hybrid Theory, and the Reanimated album, or whatever you want to call it, the remix album, those first three albums I will listen to endlessly for. They're like the soundtrack of my mid to late teens. And their music means a lot to me. And I love Chester Bennington. I love Mike Shinoda and the rest of the band. And I love their music. And they are a band I would love to see at least once. And if Download Festival's the only option, then so be it. I do know they are doing a full tour, Linkin Park, but I think Download Festival is a part of their tour. I will have to do some research into that. But it's not just Linkin Park. There's Guns N' Roses. I would like to see Guns N' Roses live at least once. I've never seen Limp Bizkit live yet. There's all the other bands that are going as well I've never seen live, and I would love to experience it. But as a solo traveler, it's going to be a very interesting. It is going to be very, very interesting indeed as a solo traveler. If anybody watches this once it's no longer live, please leave me some suggestions for solo traveling to a music festival. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be Download Festival. It could be literally any festival. If anybody has any really good suggestions, like any fellow friends of mine that follow me on Facebook that have been to music festivals in the past, if anybody has any good suggestions of how to go about solo traveling to a music festival, what is the best course of action? I mean, I think what I'm going to do in regards to Download Festival is I'm probably going to see about maybe if I can email them through the website and just inquire if there's a possibility of like contacting them directly and just inquire about some information about solo traveling. So have I got a bit more concrete understanding? I know exactly how I can get to Download Festival because I've done Download Festival once before. I believe it was Download 2015 I went to. And me and my good friend Sam from Say Firestorm went to that one. And it was just me and a friend that went. And I am because of going, I know exactly what to expect with download when it comes to the security tolls, the security procedure going through the gates. I know how that all works, like checking your bags and stuff. There's also like a little village area with like a little shop. So if there's something particular that you don't have on your person while traveling, you can get certain things there because they've actually got like a pop-up shop where you can get certain amenities like toilet paper, freshen up stuff like for hygiene reasons, like snacks and stuff. There's also vendors there selling things like wellies and clothing and stuff. So it's actually, even though it's expensive because it's a festival, but you do have access to certain amenities while you're there. So that's not a problem picking something up potentially. But it's just it's an experience, and it's going to be very, very interesting doing it on my own. And but I need to find out certain information and do my research. And if anybody can help me out with a little bit of that research of suggestions and how to go about solo traveling to a music festival and how it all works and how it potentially what I could potentially look into, I would be greatly appreciated of any sort of suggestion or help. That'd be great. But anyway, but yes, with all that said, obviously it all depends again with download. One, I need to book my tickets for it, and at the moment, I've got to be a bit careful with money because of Christmas and all that. I'm gonna get Christmas out the way. Once we're into January and all that, I'm gonna start putting some money away, start putting some money into my savings, start saving a little bit, and just go from there. And hopefully, I can get in there quite quickly and book a ticket, book my ticket for download before they sell out. I think the general camping tickets are still available, so I don't think I'll have too much of an issue with that. Hopefully, touch wood. But yeah, hopefully I won't have too much of a problem with that. I really, really, really hope. But yeah, like I said, it is a potential thing I would love to do. But yeah, so that is some news. It's exciting for me. I don't know if it's exciting for anybody else, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a very interesting year. I'm going to start living my life a little bit. Stop. I want to live my life and stop living in other people's shadow and stop letting other, because like I said a moment ago, people have let me down in the past. People have let me down. Friends have been unable to do it for certain reasons, whether they just can't afford it or they just don't want to do it. Simple as. And everybody's each to their own, and not everybody wants to do what you want to do. Not everybody wants to do camping, like things like that. Everybody's different. I completely agree and understand, but there's different. But I don't want to. Life is too short. Life is too short to be living in other people's shadows and waiting for acknowledgement of certain people, and you stretch out and reach out to people that friends or whatever, and you invite people and they end up saying no. And then in the past, I've just said no myself and ended up not doing it because potentially I'm going to be on my own. But no more. And me booking, to be honest, this actually will be the second time solo traveling to an event. I did it once before. I went to a wrestling thing, of all things. It was a WWE, and it was at Sheffield, I believe. And I booked it, and I was on my own, completely solo travel. Got everything sorted, got my travel sorted. I think it was a coach thing, so a coach taking you and then coming home. So it was like one of them package deals that you can do. And so yeah, it was a WWE wrestling thing. There was I can't remember exactly what wrestlers was there, but I remember going to Sheffield for this wrestling event. And I went on my own. But my seat was great. I didn't realize what seat I'd booked. It was relatively cheap as well. The tickets weren't that expensive, and I was literally practically ringside. I was practically ringside. I was really close to the ring, which was really really cool. I didn't realize I'd booked it that close. Um, but yeah, it was really, really good. I enjoyed it. I was on my own. Luckily, though, traveling there and back, there was a couple people that I knew from school that were going to it as well, but they were in different seats, and I was literally on my own for the event. So I was practically solo there. So this would actually be the second time I've gone to something on my own. Traveling on my own and going to an event on my own. But this is my first time going to a music concert on my own. But yeah, like I say, life is for living. Life is too short to be humming and ahhing and should I, should I not, just be more assertive. And that's what I need to do. I need to be a bit more assertive about things and start living my life and enjoying life while I can. I know I can't afford to do everything. I've got to be very mindful of money and mindful of this, that, and the other. But there's also bills and priorities that I have to do. Like I've got my car to look out for, insurance and all that for my car. If my car ends up breaking down or something goes on it and I need to get it fixed, you know what I mean? So I have to prioritize my money in certain aspects with things because, it's adulting as it's were. I've got to be an adult sometimes when it comes to money. But like I say, I'm just going to start putting money away little by little, start saving up, have a little money pot. And when a potential opportunity arises, I'm going to just act upon it and not wait for approval of anyone else. So that is my plan for the future. But anyways, I'm going to go. This was literally just a little test. Just a little test of going live through YouTube itself. I noticed at 2 points while I was live, there was 2 viewers. Literally 2 viewers, and I've been on for nearly 30 minutes. It shows just how broken the algorithm is for my channel. Anyways, I'm gonna go. This is just a little test. This is, I think it's worked out okay. I've not had any live interruptions. I've not had any comments. I haven't seen any comments come up yet, though, but that's all good. But thank you so much for the support on the channel. Thank you so much for watching this once it's no longer live. Hopefully, it's going to be a fairly watchable thing. It's literally just going to be an extended vlog thing once it's no longer live, hopefully. Hopefully it's not going to be a timed thing like it is with Facebook. But yeah, so hope you enjoy this. If this works out okay and people like this, I might utilize this option in the future. I might utilize this in the future for a last minute live stream. Because it's much more accessible and easier to access, with going live through YouTube itself. Usually when I go live, I use StreamYard, the streaming service, and I really like StreamYard. It's really quite easy to use, and I've always used StreamYard for streaming or going live, and it's also really good with. Obviously, with me, I'm on my own. I don't know if I can invite other people on this stream through YouTube itself. When I do StreamYard streams, you can invite up to about 6 people onto the stream at once, including yourself. So about 6 people, and you don't have to pay for it. It's free to use as well. So Yeah. If I ever want to go live and just talk myself and not bring anybody into it, then I might utilize this in the future if it works out okay. But anyway, so Merry Christmas, season's greetings. Hope everyone has a great Christmas. If I don't do a live before Christmas, um, I will be making more videos in the coming new year. More videos are coming from me, more reviews. I'll be starting to pick up my live streaming again, so I will start doing live streams. I will properly mention going live. This is literally just a spontaneous live, but I will properly structure it and properly try and announce it in good time so people have an idea of when I'm going live. So I'm gonna start my live streams again properly in the new year. Start making more videos like video reviews and stuff. Yeah. So Merry Christmas, Merry Happy Hanukkah, whatever. Any sort of like special holiday that you yourself or everybody like celebrates at this time of year. I hope everybody has a great time. Stay safe. Have a great time with friends and family. Enjoy and take care. And thank you for the support on the channel and also on my Knowlesy Vlogs channel. Thank you for the support on both. Take care. Bye bye. And Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to one and all. Bye bye.